If this doesn't move now, I'm going to be... I'm very... autistic probably is actually the word. I am. Phoebo is going to be my best look of the season. Right then. Welcome to Tuesday. From the last video, you obviously saw that I had to do a voiceover this morning, so I've already semi-filmed today, but that was in yesterday's video. So it's currently now just after 12. My ESN parcel that I spent 500 quid to ship, it actually showed up, so cheers FedEx. You weren't fucking worth the money, let's be honest, but it does mean I've now got the rest of my Elite Way isolate, another tub of that way isolate. There should have been some rice pudding in there, and I've actually not. It's not in there. It's because I repackaged it, I think. There we go, we found the rice pudding. Had me sweating for a second, fucking hell. Thank God. Okay, so yeah, everything we needed is now here, which is very useful because this is literally the remainder of all the whey protein I have left, which is like about 5 grams. So thankfully that's come because I need it for post-workout. That's just come just in time. Got some vitamin C. I'm going to probably use the powder for the next few days because I don't like taking the capsules, and this is definitely a better quality vitamin C. Also has come is the Crank Pump Pro, which also didn't get a chance to use in LA, but we're about to go and hit chest, shoulders, and quads. I'm going to do leg extension for quads, really, because to be fair, anymore, they're just going to be pretty fatigued. Realistically, I just need to stimulate them again, get some blood flow there. Don't actually need to annihilate them to try to build muscle because I'm on stage in 4 days and I'm not going to build muscle in 4 days. So if you think logically, and if I stop worrying, all I need to do is get blood there. So we'll do 3 sets and a drop set maybe for quads at the end of the session. I'm not going to do it at the start. No, I will do it at the start because otherwise I won't be able to pose. I'll do it at the start, followed by chest, shoulders, and then tomorrow we're going to do back and arms. And then that'll be conclude the training for this week. Pretty much everything to hit. I'll also probably do some adductor today. Actually, I'll do leg extension, adductor, chest, shoulders, and then some rounds of posing. Yeah, I was 213 pounds on the dot, so £1 over the cap, which means we dropped 4.5 pounds yesterday during travel, which is good. Mostly water, obviously. This Crank Pump Pro I absolutely love. You know it's my favourite. Just don't tell Wesley that. Joking, I've already told him. So I'll do 2.5 scoops of that because we might as well. I've had 2 meals. 2 meals of 65 grams cream of rice, 50 grams frozen raspberries, 50 grams frozen blueberries, 10 grams dark chocolate, and 50 grams of the Elite Way isolate on top as a whey paste. So that is the 2 meals I've eaten. They were the exact same. So we're 2 meals deep, nice and fueled, ready to go. I've got this pre-workout. I've got a 0 sugar Gatorade for intra, just for the electrolytes, just to keep hydrating. It's a lot colder here in Detroit. To be fair, it says it's 2 degrees outside. I've been for a little walk this morning, got about 10 minutes down the road and 10 minutes back. I was in these pants, which actually, let's just talk on these pants quickly, right? These are the new Dave Trains times DQ pants. Right, I'm not a big sort of guy for like joggery cargo sort of training pants, but these fucking slap. I'm a massive fan of these, so shout out Dave, shout out VQ. They dropped yesterday, so when you see this video, they'll have been out for like 3 days. Highly, highly recommend. I'm going to take the hoodie off so you can see the full fit. There is a t-shirt that came with it, but I've already made that dirty. I was actually wearing the t-shirt in yesterday's video during the leg session. But like with the new, this is the Olympus collection tees with the drop shoulder fit, really nice, right? This is not a gym outfit, this is like fucking, yeah, I'm strutting, this is hard, especially with the Nike Crocs, which I'm going to put the trousers on to go and train. Obviously I'm not going to Powerhouse in Nike Crocs. I'm a 7th place pro after all. I can't be rocking up in that. I still need to stay in my lane. But that is the plan. Feeling good. But yeah, if you do want to go pick up these cargo training pants things, I highly recommend. They are sick. They're like a cargo-y material, but nice, baggy, flexible, stretchy. Very comfortable. Code Eagles at VQ, please. I can almost guarantee. Fuck it, I can guarantee confidence, right? Let's get this positive attitude back that I do actually normally, I'm quite good at. Phoebo is going to be my best look of the season. I've actually had some of the high quality stage picks come out from Fit World, and I'm still happy, funnily enough. I think what was so difficult with that is the very initial photos that came out were such shit quality phone videos that got sent to the UK, then posted on all the media outlets, and it just made me look soft and flat and shit, which I can appreciate, and that's all anybody saw of me. And then you combine that with the placing of 7th, it was like, yeah, fuck me, what an underwhelming showing. Since the high quality stuff's comes out, I think people have kind of realised that I wasn't that off. I looked good. I was just not at the standard people expected me to, which is completely fair. I have said this entire prep. Everybody's been getting at me in the comments being like I'm too hard on myself. I'm just realistic, right? The physique I presented was kind of the one I was expecting to present. Now, yes, okay, I thought that may have got me a slightly higher placing at a show like Fit World, but the lineup was better than anticipated, and they judged it differently to what I was expecting, which is fine. They judged it. The judges know what they're doing. They are the judges for the reason. That's why I'm not a judge. So overall, I'm pretty positive. Like all of the expectation and excitement and, expectation for you to win and stuff, that wasn't driven by me. I, never had said that. I knew where I was going to be placing really in terms of where my physique stands, and that's why I've always said going into Detroit, when people are saying I'm going to beat Wesley, I'm going to beat Grego and all these things, it's like, don't say that until I've stood on a pro stage and you actually see what I look like compared to these guys, because everybody looks good stood by themselves. Me on Instagram, great, I look good stood by myself. Put me on a pro stage next to seasoned pros who are 35 and been doing this for decades. I lack muscle maturity, I lack density, you can see that now. So I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. But I think people understand that, and everybody's actually been very positive and very nice to me, and I've had a lot of sort of notable people who have, a lot of pros that I look up to reach out to me and had a lot of conversations. I had like Rough Diesel reaching out to me to check in on me, and all these guys who have been there and done this for years, and they've had bad showings and they've experienced the negative backlash. They've all been speaking to me and giving me lots of sort of advice. It's been really nice to almost speak to people who can relate and understand, because like even speaking to my family, right, they're lovely and I love them dearly and they've been so supportive, but it's also hard at the same time because they don't quite understand and they can't relate, and that's not any fault of their own, they can't. It's a very unique position to be in. So having the opportunity and having these guys who I've looked up to and have been there reach out to me and speak to me has also helped. So to all of them, thank you. To all of you guys in the comments, you've all been incredibly positive. Apart from the 2 of you or 3 of you that have left negative comments, fuck you. Joking. I appreciate you lot as well. So yeah, we're feeling good. Going to go hit a lovely chest, shoulders and quads session, which just sounds wrong to say, but it's peak week, so we've got to do what we've got to do. So yeah, we're going to head to the gym, head over to Powerhouse. I did train at Powerhouse, if you remember my New York vlogs, if anybody's been watching a while. If you've not watched those, go back and watch those. There's some great off-season content where I'm eating a lot of food. We did go to a Powerhouse there in Jersey, and I had the full intention of filming it. I got in there and there was just signs everywhere that said no fucking filming, so that didn't go very well. But we're going to try this Powerhouse, and I'm assuming it's either that or it's like LA Fitness or Planet Fitness, right? Planet Fitness is a no-go. LA Fitness is sound. We'll probably go there if they don't let us in Powerhouse for the camera. But I'm hoping, right, it's Powerhouse in Detroit. It's the Detroit Pro. There is so many big names here this week. So many people better than 7th place that are going to be filming there, right? So I appreciate if I walk in, they go, Jack, mate, look, you're 7th place, fella. Fuck off the camera. Go and actually build some muscle. That's fair if they say that to me. But, well, fingers crossed they don't. So we're going to see. We'll catch you in Powerhouse. Right, we're in Powerhouse. I'm happy with my choice of gym. It's just hammer strength everything, which if you know hammer strength, it's just like consistently good, right? It's not incredible, but it's not shit. So going to do a jump on a leg extension. I've been told strictly by Tom, I'm only going to do 2 sets of leg extension just to move some blood. I wanted to do a little bit of adductor as well. He said, let's not do adductor, let's do a little bit of glute just to move some blood there as well. So probably abductor rather than adductor.
unless they've got a decent hip thrust machine. I don't really think I'm a fan of hammer strength hip thrust machines, so I will probably just do abductor, but maybe a few hyper extensions potentially, but we'll just see how we're feeling. No more. I'd love to do more. It felt really nice actually, that Life Fitness VR3. Very nice connection. Or it might be the fact I've actually got water in me today, so I can feel my muscle contract. But yeah, they are. I do need to be careful not to just get carried away here, so we'll leave that there. 2 sets hip abduction, and then I'm going to see how that hip thrust feels. But obviously I'm still nursing this hip injury. So as I touched on in the yesterday's video, and that is still very much an issue. So that is why squatting and leg pressing has been out of the equation for a while, which is why legs were downsized. I was feeling, if you remember back to the vlogs sort of in and around London time, when I was down at London for the VQ event, like my physique there was probably at its peak. Since then is when it started to drop off a little bit, because it was when I got back from London is when I injured my hip. So the photos from London, like my quads are so full still, and they've still got the shape, and it really adds to my physique, because when they narrow off, you lose that X frame. So it's a shame, but it's just happens. Injuries happen. You work around them. I'm still glad I pushed on. I'm still glad I went through it all and still stepped on stage, because at the end of the day, I still came 7th in a pro show at 22, which I take the piss. I wanted more. If you told me I was been placing 7th at an IFBB professional show in California when I was 17, I wouldn't have believed you. So, especially with how competitive class physique is nowadays, it is probably the most, I don't want to say the most popular class, but one of the most competitive classes, I'd certainly say, especially at a pro rank. It's on the way up at the minute. So I'm hard on myself, but I'm also, you know, when I remove myself from actually the emotion of it, it is something to be proud of. So, especially going through all that with the injury to get there. So can't complain. 2 sets here. We'll see how the hip feels on a hip thrust, and then go from there. But you know, hip abduction is not normally something I do. I prefer a hip thrust for my glute work, but today we will embrace my inner wellness and get to it. Nilesh, mate, you're filming from the wrong angle. You're meant to be behind me. I'm meant to have my booty shorts on, and I've got to like stand up and lean forwards and like, just so you can see my arse. It burns. The only time I've done this is when I train with Tommy Pickford. I've not done it since. And I probably won't do it after this, to be honest. Fucking horrible. And sus. For anyone wondering as well, I've come to the conclusion that Gatorade, fucking shit. Right. Powerade's a slight improvement. Lucozade is better than all of them, but you can't get that over here. And genuinely, this isn't even just sponsored, ESN Hydroade or whatever it's called, lemon iced tea or whatever it's called, fucking clear of all of them, and it's got a better electrolyte profile. So yeah, very disappointing. I don't even know if ESN still sell Hydroade. I've got a fridge full of it because I stocked up, but I don't even think it's still on the UK website. So it's not even like I'm just saying that to promo it so you can use my code on there, because I don't think you can get it. I'm just informing you, it's better than all of them, and you can't get it. So I'm probably gonna do a fly, an incline press, probably a machine pin loaded flat press, followed by maybe another fly, followed by a lat raise, followed by a machine delt press, followed by another lat raise. So quite a lot of volume, but I'm not going to go crazy heavy. Obviously, it's not been very intense training because it's been peak weeks. So today's the one day that I can actually move a good amount of blood. So I'm going to take advantage of that, because then tomorrow will be a little bit less, and then Thursday we'll be resting to drop any inflammation, because then we weigh in on Friday, so we need to drop that inflammation to help make weight. And then Friday's one day out, we're carving up, we're not training. Saturday is show day. Sunday, to be fair, I wasn't planning to train because obviously my flight back is Sunday evening. However, I've got all Sunday free, so I might actually get up quite early and come here, because it's only 10 minutes away, and get a fasted session in Sunday. I probably won't film that, I'll be honest, because it'll be more a case of just hitting like an upper pump session, so that I can go home, shower, pack up and get to the airport. I think that's probably going to be my plan. But again, I say that now, we'll see how I feel Sunday morning, because if it's anything like last Sunday morning when I tried to go and train and I was absolutely fucked from dehydration. So sounds like a great idea now. It's literally what I said this time last week, and then it got around to Sunday, I was dehydrated and it was dangerous. So when I actually think about it, probably won't be doing that. However, I do have Colin and a few of my other clients in town coming to watch the show, so they'll probably be up for a lift, so I might come train anyway. And it won't be legs, it can just be like a fuck about arm session and catch up with the boys. So probably will be the plan, but it's not going to be optimal or beneficial for muscle growth. It's more just to kill time and catch up with the boys. You remember from the training session at the other gym that I really liked in Anaheim, from Juan, the owner, who gave me a load of Kratom products. Obviously, I didn't want to try those before the show because I was very close to the show. Today being a few days out, I had one of the energy drinks this morning, and I'm a big fan. There were a lot of comments from all of you about Kratom. I absolutely appreciate all of you and your advice and your concerns. Please do remember, I am a very is a strong word. I am a coach, right? Okay, I do understand a lot of pharmacology. I do a lot of research. I don't just take things and ingest them because I've heard X influencer speak about them or promote them because it's their brand or whatever. Like, I've researched heavily into Kratom before, just out of interest. I'm very autistic, probably is actually the word. I am on the spectrum, okay? So like when I am obsessed with something, which I am about bodybuilding, and I just research stuff because I'm passionate about it. So I have looked into a lot of Kratom, right? I know there's a lot of so-called risk and all this around it, and it's like anything. You've got to use this in an intelligent way and be aware of it, right? And yeah, I am. So please do not worry, because there is also a lot of misunderstanding about Kratom, a lot of misinformation that's been spread over the years. Very similar to like sort of peptides in the early days, right? When it's a bit of a grey area, it's very new, it gets a very bad rep. I'm not advocating it. I'm not saying any of you should go out and try it. I'm speaking purely from my own experience. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. I'm a fucking idiot with an eyebrow slit. Don't listen to me. Yeah, buddy. I think that covers me for any legal implications. Fucking hell, I must be growing. These feel tighter than normal. At least the forearms are growing. The arms aren't. The arms are shit. There's some kind person let me know in the comments. I agree with you, by the way. They're still fucking better than yours, are they, mate? Do you remember in the supermarket the other day when I said, if I ever need to do another big off season, guess where I'll be doing it? Damn straight. Next off season push is going to come to you from the US of A, where I'll be eating a lot of food all off season. That is not actually a joke. I genuinely probably will we'll have a look, but I'd like to do at least 6 weeks out here towards the end of this year. As for where in the US, I don't know. Need to look into it. Need to speak to Emily as well because I'd like her to be out here. I'm thinking between Vegas or Texas, but could do maybe a month in each. I'd like to be in Vegas obviously for the Olympia. I'd like to be at the Olympia this year just to, obviously not to compete, to just to watch. And obviously just, you know, there's plenty of good content to get around there. So we'll certainly be in Vegas for the Olympia, hopefully. And then whilst we're over here, we'll probably go either stay in Vegas for quite a while, or we will go out to like sort of Texas or somewhere down there. Somewhere hot, basically, because I know Vegas isn't probably going to be the hottest in October time. So probably will go somewhere more southern, spend a little bit of time there and grow. You'll notice I'm really emphasizing my hips and glutes are against the pad. We're not sliding forwards and fucking ego lifting, right? We're keeping it nice and strict. Lifting the scapula, getting a really nice stretch on the pec, and really focusing on pulling through my chest and not just pushing the weight, because otherwise it ends up being minimal chest and a lot of everything else. I'm just gonna get Nidesh to video shop this entire video to make me look bigger. So no pressure, Nidesh, but just like warp it so that like everything's like really round and bubbly. But feel less crippling depression, which is a positive. Feel pretty good, as you can probably tell, because I've got some personality back in me. Some shit personality, but it's still personality for once, which has been gone for quite a few days. No, mate, I'm sorry, like, you can't spot like that. We'll have to blur their faces, but if they're in the background now, like, I'm not joking when I say it's like, this is fucking weird to watch. He's now spotting her RDL, but he's literally spotting her from behind and grabbing her hips. This is the free motion machine, by the way. These are quite old school. You don't see a lot of them in the UK. Stockies, the gym I used to train at, have this. See how it feels with the D handles. I've got my cuffs with me, obviously, from Hardbody, Code Eagles. Might try and cuff it around my elbow. Let's see how that feels. But this feels really nice to do it like this anyway. You get a really nice stretch. And then just drive the elbows together. I'll be honest, I think it's really hard to beat that, but I'm going to try it with cuffs just out of interest. You don't know until you try. That's what they say about a finger up the bum as well. You don't know until you try. Not that I know. But all I'm saying is, when I'm back.
All right, dude. What the flip?
I don't know if I want that to go in. That's just a bit weird that I've said that. Unfortunately, I'm not in control of the edit, so it's probably going in, but I'd like to apologise. Especially to my family who watch these videos. And Emily. Probably more as I apologise to Emily. Oh, fuck me. I am such a genius. Sometimes my genius astounds me. So all you need to do this very lovely machine, you need, it's a cheap setup actually, right? It's, I think, about a £15 pair of the narrow hard body cuffs in winter white, which you can use Code Eagles for a discount. Once you've got those, the only other thing you need is like a £5 free motion machine. A bit off topic, I'm waiting in between sets, and they've got like adverts, TV programs on the TV for some reason. So if anybody's still watched this point in the video, I know that you're a real one, okay? So I trust your opinion. Please fucking DM me some good series to watch, because I need stuff to watch. I've got a lot of travel coming up, a lot of days sitting around not doing anything when I'm like carving up and shit, and I get so bored. So please, good programs. I've got everything on Apple TV, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney, like, just DM me some decent suggestions. Please. I need stuff to watch. Nothing like fucking obvious. Like if anybody says like Prison Break or Breaking Bad or any of that shite, like it's not shit, I've seen it all, it's quite good actually, but the really obvious stuff, please don't DM me. Yeah, thanks. No anime as well. I'm not into anime, sorry. Nidesh is shaking his head, my videographer loves anime. as do quite a lot of like the bodybuilding community. Completely fine, nothing against it. You are a fucking nerd, but I can respect it. But what I did was the drop set there, I did a mechanical drop set. So the bench was a lot further away for the first 2 sets. With the bench being further away from the cable, what that means is when the angle here, when this angle is 90 degrees from the cable, that is when the resistance is at its peak, meaning it is heaviest here, right? As I then fatigued and I wanted to drop set it, I changed the resistance profile, a mechanical drop set, by moving the bench closer, which meant that then 90 degrees was down here. And as I came up, the resistance dropped off, meaning it was easier to get it short when my delts were more fatigued. So that's what I just did there, and it felt really nice. And that's why I always say that a cuffed Y raise on a cable machine is the best delt exercise, not because it's going to stimulate the most muscle growth, but because it's the most versatile, okay? With a dumbbell lat raise, you're not altering the resistance profile, really. Yeah, sure, you can lean or like lean back the other way, but it's not the same, okay? With this, you've got a lot more stability because you're on a bench, and you've got a lot more versatility because you can move the bench forward and back. If you're on a free motion, you can move it up and down, out wide, like you can perfect it, the resistance profile for your own biomechanics and your own setup, which is why I say it's the best, okay? Doesn't mean it's gonna build more muscle, it just means you've got more tools available to stimulate different forms of muscle hypertrophy. Right, we've got a choice here. We've got the Life Fitness, which has a neutral grip, or we have the MTS one I was on about. So many options, I'm spoiled. I want to try this one first because I did want to do a neutral grip. However, looking at the size of that stack, right, let's just zoom in on that stack right now. Right, and then imagine like a Prime Fitness USA stack. That's the guy she tells you not to worry about. The fucking big stack that's so heavy nobody can stack it. Whereas that is me. Just a little inadequate, mediocre, poor excuse for a stack. Feels nice, however, I don't think, if this doesn't move now, I'm going to be, yeah, I mean, if it doesn't move now, it's not going in the video, so, jokes. Sorry, jokes again. Got ya. That's right, we got it. Right, that wraps it up. A couple of the post-workout shots will be on screen now. I don't love them, I don't hate them. It's pretty raw lighting just in front of a big fucking open mirror, right? I'm 5 litres of fluid down. I've just nailed this intra-workout. I've had 2 meals. So, and we're obviously really flat from yesterday's really low day of 800 calories. So it was never gonna be a great look, but Tom wanted to see post-workout visuals, so he sent it regardless. And me being me, I have nothing to hide. So I've put them in the video anyway. It's coming up to 3 p.m. It was a very long session, longer than we expected. This like powerhouse is like in a bit of a shopping mall. We don't know if it's any good, but I've done 5.5k steps. I need to get 8k steps today, so then the rest of the day is really going to be me meal prepping at home, so I'm not really going to get many. So we're going to go for a little walk around. I'll be honest, we've kind of walked through half of it already just to get here, and it looked a bit shite, so I don't think there's going to be anything exciting. We're not going to film it, but we'll go and have a look. But we'll wrap this video up here. Obviously, tomorrow's video, I'm going to do my thoughts and sort of discuss where I think we can improve, what went wrong on the California show. And I'll also touch on the excitement for FIBO, what plans have changed, and why I'm actually thinking that FIBO will be my best look of the season. So that's coming tomorrow. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll catch you then. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you.